and go.
Why not write the word butt? Oh no.
You just stick with it now. Now you just
Draw
stick with
butt.
it.
What the
top
fuck
of
is
that,
wrong with me?
The intro played
You know what?
twice
It's 'cause
too, so you got to redo.
It's cause is the intro even over yet? Did I already?
It was, but then I accidentally had it set up for it to loop, so it's playing a second time. So
let's keep it going.
Let's we're listening to it the whole episode.
That's right, just on loop, a 30-second song for 2 hours. That's how many times is that the DrawBomb theme song? That would be 60 times 120 times 2 is 240 DrawBomb theme songs. Guess what, folks? I can do math. I just can't count months. Okay.
That's about 235 too many, in my opinion.
That is about 239 too many, in my opinion.
Fair. You're the one who created it, so I guess your opinion is pretty valid.
I've listened to it more than anybody because I had to just play it over and over again when I was trying to figure out what the fuck to add to it.
I never even think about that as far as making music goes. Yeah, you probably have to do that, don't you?
You have to loop that shit. Although, to be fair, I actually made that song in like a half hour, so...
all the best intros.
All of what I just said was actually a lie about that, so... anyways, moving on. Because it turns out 30-second songs also super fucking easy to make because you don't gotta be like, is this idea good enough to carry on for like another minute? What's a part B? No, it's fucking an A loop and then you're good.
You just go for it. You dig right in.
Exactly.
Yeah, we got some friends in the chat already.
That's
right off the bat. Who do we got?
You wanna? Who we got here? Who we got? We got Dr. Soundcheck in the chat, letting us know when things are not working in the Discord. Just wanted to shout him out for helping me out with the announcement posts. Dr. Soundcheck's always been sounding off whenever something could be
we need all the help we can get.
We do. We really, really do. And he says, friends in the chat. I haven't seen that show in a hot minute. It's been about 2 years since I've given that a thorough watch through.
Who's your favorite Friends character?
God, you know what? Joey?
For me, it's either Chandler or Sheldon.
Sheldon, you know, you're gonna shit on me. I was watching Big Bang Theory right before.
I know you do.
I got online. I was watching with my family. I like that show. Okay,
yeah.
I will not. I won't. It's not my hill to die on, but
I would shit on you, but I already feel like I have plenty enough. So now it's just like you just have to live with your choices, and that's that.
And your shit, because it's all over me. We also have Bell Rocket in the chat.
Yes.
Hello, Bell Rocket. Just moving right from scatological humor to shouting out somebody in the chat. There is no affiliation or any sort of like segue in regards to that. It was just I felt like I wanted to move her on from the fecal subject matter.
It's nice of you to do.
Because Amazon will ban us.
They won't even hesitate.
They won't give it a second.
They'll give us a Prime ban, which is where it happens in under 2 days.
And then you can't watch Mr. Robot on Amazon Prime anymore after you get that Prime ban either. You get banned from Twitch and from Amazon Prime. It's really rude. We don't want any of that.
No.
And just to kind of start off early with a fuck Jeff Bezos bit, but Jeff Bezos can eat my dick.
We have to learn who the new person is because he stepped down.
That's right, because he just stepped
down.
We
need to shit on the new guy equally. We're we want to include everyone.
Yeah, we got to make sure we, talk about how much we hate the next guy in charge, whoever they may be. Or girl. Did I say guy? I meant to keep it general neutral.
No, I said guy the first time, and then I was using you as a way to correct my mistakes.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean,
I see what you did here.
Both did it.
I see what you did now that you've explained it directly to me. That usually is when I finally get something, is when somebody has laid it out for me. Yeah. We have some more people talk. Well, it's the same people talking in the chat, but I'm curious what they're saying. Whenever that chat bar pops up, I'm like so instinct I'm just like,
Get
I wanna
over
see
there.
what they said.
Well, you know, they
Dr.
deserve.
Soundcheck says, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like they deserve to be recognized for.
Absolutely. But as we just saw there, you are also a host of the show, so I wanted to make sure you got your word in first before we start reading in from the chat. That's right, everybody. There's a hierarchy. There's a totem pole, and it's arbitrary because it's just about whoever is streaming on this channel. Anyway,
I'm the host. I never
that
knew
was
that.
passive
That's awesome.
aggressive. I didn't like how passive aggressive that was, but let's just read these comments.
Okay, let's get to it.
Dr. Soundcheck says, yes, I will keep things in order for you guys. Haha. Now I feel even worse for having pulled rank on him in the chat. We do appreciate you helping us out. Anytime anyone sees us messing up, let us know. We will always be like, sorry, and then fix it. And then usually that's pretty much all you need to do.
We'll spend the rest of the episode atoning.
Exactly.
We have the whipping stick right over. I have it right over. Where did I put it?
Can't see it behind me. Yeah.
It's whatever.
It's over there.
Yeah.
We each have our own copy because we can self-flagellate whenever we need the whipping stick. Self-flagellation. You can look it up in the dictionary. That's today's vocabulary word. I was gonna say today's vocabulary word was. You said it like right before we went online.
Go on.
What was the word? I'm not gonna get it. It was like started with a C.
Sallow.
Okay, S. Not at all close to what I said.
I mean, C and S. What's the difference?
Sometimes they're interchangeable. The English language is all fucked like that. So yeah, today's words: sallow and self-flagellate. Look them up. Also, we've discussed before, but defenestration, just such a good word. Look it up. We were gonna talk about Big Bang Theory for a second because of the comments in the chat responding to us talking about Big Bang Theory.
That's what I get for bringing it up.
But
Anyways.
I want to say this is without a doubt, and I don't have to look at the archives. I feel like I know this, but this is the second episode we have named Two Broke Boys.
Oh no, I don't doubt it at all. I don't.
But
Because
look, I can't.
I'm not.
You come up with these names.
I struggle every
with
week.
No context, and I do say I offer every time, like, hey, we can name the episodes after the fact. Like we don't have to.
Well, let's do that.
Pressure. Because we can name it then after like things we say in the episode.
Right. Well, what should I do? Just episode 60? I can do that.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Or
All right.
episode 60 now live. I don't know what you want to do, but
Okay.
yeah, we'll just name it.
That's
Yeah.
what we're doing.
We can even like put it to the chat. Like, what should we name this episode? What phrase did we say that was like? Just write it out. What you liked us saying the most out of context, and we'll just, we'll do that. But you don't
We'll
have
bring
to.
it up at the next board meeting.
That's like, I feel bad for those people who do one panel comics like every day for the newspaper. I'm just like, how the fuck do you come up with like?
I have no idea how.
It makes no like.
Seems impossible.
And like that's why so many of them are just like, boy, I looked in the newspaper today. How about this weather? Little Billy's running in the dotted line again. It's just that shit has to be so hard to write. We tried to. I mean, in a Sorry, go ahead. What were we gonna say?
I've tried to do some of that stuff, and it's like it's borderline impossible. I don't know. And then that makes the people who actually pull it off like all the more impressive.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're a one-man like writing machine if you can like put out comics like weekly, sometimes daily, like, and they're good. Like people like Farside or like Calvin and Hobbes, or there's a list of others, but they're just like,
exactly.
How the fuck? How is this possible? You could have single-handedly like written many different things. You chose funny paper comics, but like you've shown that you're capable of.
Yeah, you can do it every day, and like like a lot of, like, okay, so Calvin and Hobbes sometimes will have like a week of strips that sort of follow an arc, yeah, and like that's like a good get out of jail free card, because you're like, cool, this will like, oh, Calvin's house got robbed while they were out camping. That's actually a 2-week arc right there. So then, that you're solid for like 2 weeks. You just write
Yeah.
a story based on that. But then sometimes it'll be like just some fucking shit happening one after the other. Like, oh, he's sledding again. You know, that's hard. And I mean, back in high school, you and I both tried doing like web comics that were sort of not gag a day, but gag a week with no context. And like, we both hated it. And that's when we ended up doing
burned out
like
so quick.
waterlogged. We burned out super quick. And like, if we didn't have like a good idea, like the ideas we did end up using were either just like shitty or like almost rude sometimes. Like sometimes just like mean jokes. I feel like so, you know, it's tough. So
It's tough.
I shit on Ziggy, and I still will, because that comic is just not funny, and I don't know who gets paid to make
It's not
Ziggy.
quality comedy like Big Bang Theory.
That's not even quality drawing. Have you seen Ziggy's character design? That is fucking garbage right there.
The title of the comic implies that it's not going to be drawn very well.
This is true. The lines are zigging and zagging
lines
all
are all
over the place.
ziggy.
Hey-oh! Anyways.
Belbo Rocket
People
says,
in the
can we
chat.
talk about Daft Punk since we mentioned them last week?
I actually did think about how we talked about Daft Punk last week, and then they broke up today, apparently.
Oh my god. What?
Oh, did you not know?
I had a busy day. I did not hear that.
I hate to be the guy to break the news. I woke up to news that Daft Punk had broken up, and like, okay, so
So we have to be careful who we talk about this week. If we can.
that's right, because
if
they
this show,
could
like,
die.
Kills.
They could like. Have you ever thought about a celebrity you haven't thought about for like a long time, and then you think about that celebrity, and then like a week later they die?
Yes.
That happens to me a lot, and I don't like that.
No.
Not like a lot. Like, I'm not like saying I'm psychic or anything like that. I'm just saying like this happened.
If it happens
like,
once,
like,
it's
like-
too many times. It's scary.
It happened recently where I was just like, you know,
Who'd you
I
kill?
haven't thought about. God, I don't remember, because I'm done killing them, so I don't have to think about them again.
Oh,
But
no.
I don't remember who it was. But I just remember thinking like, wow, I haven't thought about this actor in some time. And then a week later they died, and I was just like, oh, I hate this. Both that they're dead and that I thought about them and then they died shortly after.
Well, if we did kill Daft Punk, I'm sorry. I
Sorry, Daft Punk. I was thinking about robots.
feel terrible.
What's your favorite Daft Punk song?
I know it's basic, but it probably is like harder, faster, stronger.
Oh, and we were listening to that when we were playing Valheim the other day. I totally
were.
forgot. We like super conjured Daft Punk's
Yep.
spirit to kill them once and for all.
We put the nail in the coffin.
My favorite Daft Punk song would have to be DANCE by Justice. No, that's a stupid joke. It's Justice is another band that they have a very Daft Punk sort of sound.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. Yeah, Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger is such a fucking bop. I'm a big fan of Digital Love though.
I'll admit that I don't know their discography as well as I probably should. I've
We're
heard.
gonna have to do a memorial playlist for you.
Yeah, I've heard it all, but it's not like I couldn't name most of it.
I could, yeah. I mean, I'm not
I've
gonna be like,
listened
I could
through
name
it
so many Daft Punk songs, but
But we all know you can.
I just sort of let the cat out of the bag on that one. So let me go down the list. No, they have a lot of great songs that we discussed them last week, and then they fucking broke up. I almost want to look up like who died in 2019. That I was like, this person. I'll be like, nope, that was the guy. I think it was like Sean Connery, honestly, but like Sean Connery's kind of still relevant. I did kill Sean Connery. I'm so sorry.
You son of a bitch.
Not in real life. I feel like I should tell the NSA, FBI. I did not.
Whoever's
murder
watching,
Sean
the
Connery.
poor sap who's been hired, his job is to watch our show every week.
Yeah.
It's like, God damn.
He's like, I thought that case was shut. It's wide open again.
They keep saying that that they killed people and that they're gonna shit on Jeff Bezos or something. I don't know.
Who's
hate my
getting
job.
pooped on? That's the main question.
Dr. Soundcheck says, I need to play Valheim. We've been playing a lot of that lately.
We have been playing a lot of that, yeah. Dr. Soundcheck also says, "Ooh, it's Tyler," because Tyler commented a little bit earlier in the chat saying, both Justice and Daft Punk are French electronic duos.
Real quick, Hidden Pixel Play just subscribe to the show. Thank you so much, Hidden Pixel Play.
Oh, okay, Hidden Pixel Play. I feel like we haven't mentioned it yet in the show, but I feel like we should. Right?
He just mentioned it.
Well, no, but another thing that Hidden Pixel like Hidden Pixel Play didn't just subscribe to the channel; they've given back in other ways.
Yeah, he just mentioned that too.
I'm sorry, Dr. Soundcheck gifted the sub to Hidden Pixel Play. I don't know how that works, but thank you, Dr. Soundcheck, for gifting Hidden Pixel Play. There's like a whole insult war going on, and then after Dr. Soundcheck felt bad about insulting Hidden Pixel Play, Dr. Soundcheck gifted a sub to Hidden Pixel Play, and now Hidden Pixel Play feels bad about insulting. Wow. Look, it's all love in the chat, is what I'm trying to say. Let's get some lips in the chat.
Lips in the chat, everyone.
Lips in the chat.
I think it's gotta put them in there.
That's some love in the chat, everybody. That's some love happening in the chat. But Hidden Pixel Play, they were given. They didn't give back. They were given just now, but they have given in other ways. I don't know if anyone notices my fancy lighting I got going on over my face.
That is what I was talking about. Hidden Pixel Play did say just a second ago. Also, look how well Ian looks. How well Ian looks.
That's
and
right.
You do.
Hold on.
You're illuminated.
Do you like this? Does this look better? Is this good?
We were
doing this bit.
Yeah, we were 9 minutes late to starting the show because this is what we were doing to each other.
This is a good look for me. I think I'm gonna stay like this.
There you go. One improvement. Oh god.
I'm sorry. That's rude.
I feel like that came through.
Hidden Pixel Play, aka Tyler, gave me a fucking ring light in the mail. I woke up from a drunken nap after drinking a Four Loko that my dad gave me. And then when I woke up, I had a fucking ring light.
That whole sentence. From a Four Loko my dad gave me. That's... Boy, if I had a nickel for every time...
That'd be a really weird sentence.
No, it's weird at any age.
This is true.
I've never been able to say that sentence, and I don't think I ever will. As much as I want.
Well,
I keep trying to drop hints to my dad.
Dad, you know what I really want for my birthday is a Four Loko.
Give me a can of Four Loko.
I'm dropping hints here like I'm dropping bombs. Like DrawBombs.
There you go.
Look at that. I've drawn so little in this picture. I've been messing around with my light and reading the chat.
Dr. Soundcheck, not to get on this whole subject, but just a quick mention because you brought it up. If you do happen to get Valheim, we do have a server and you are a friend of the show, you're welcome in there.
Oh yeah, we'll give you the code and all the good stuff. We got the server going. We got buildings that are constructed. We got pigs
that are
running wild in the place.
Mating.
They are doing that. It's a little gross. You just walk down the street and then there's some pig mating going on.
Mating on the street.
Mating on the street. Now I'm thrown off because of that wonderful Billy Eichner joke you just made. Is that what we're doing? The Billy Eichner?
I was meant to do. I was trying to do a Queen. People on the street.
Is that David Bowie and Queen?
It is.
Is it?
It is.
Is it?
It is.
Okay. Because I thought it was I don't know. I thought it was David Bowie and Mick Jagger.
Nope.
Didn't they also collaborate on a song though?
I believe so.
All right.
What that is, I don't know, but it's not that song.
They did "Dancing in the Streets."
Right. Not Under Pressure.
No. Well, okay. Isn't "Dancing in the Street" dancing in the street?
No,
and then
"Dancing in the Street," and then "Under Pressure" is the one that Vanilla Ice sampled.
Well, yeah, but so I guess I've never asked you about this joke before. I've always thought it was the Billy Eichner, Billy in the Street,
No,
Street, 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 street.
it is not.
So is it what
There's a
lyric
line.
in,
There's a line in Under
Pressure?
Pressure where it goes, "People on the street, ba-da-dee-da-dee," and it does that like 3 or 4 times.
Oh, okay, okay. See, the part that sticks out to me the most in Under Pressure is the part where like, I don't know about the blind man. They're talking about the blind man.
There's a lot of great lines. It's a good song.
That's a great song. Fantastic song. I wish I'd asked you about that joke earlier. I guess I shouldn't assume. Just goes to show. You can know a person for like
You know what
over
happens
10 years.
when you assume you mistake
Save a lot of time.
Mick Jagger for a queen
That's true,
or
yes.
something like that.
But
I don't know how the saying goes.
To be fair, though, it is funny that you're talking about the Queen and David Bowie song,
Yeah.
where they have the lyrics blank something, people in the street, and then the other song is Dancing in the Streets, which is the words you're saying and making the joke out of, but it's not at all the same song, but it is a similar.
Dancing in the Streets is like an old, like 50s, 60s song, and then they covered it.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I never knew that there was a original Dancing in the Streets.
There is.
Is that the one where the guy's in the rain and he's singing in it?
No, that's Singing in the Rain.
Oh my god, how could I have forgotten?
Dancing in the Streets is the sequel.
We have Captain Sheepy in the chat, by the way. Captain Sheepy!
Captain Sheepy! He's got there's a magic sunglasses cat.
That's true. They have some mad flames coming out of their hands. Ian is unhinged again. Hey, look,
Did you
I
ever
just
stop?
muted my mic. I just muted my microphone to burp. Okay, so you want to call that unhinged? Fair, but still, I did mute my microphone just now. To burp. I feel like that gives me bonus points. Something maybe.
Does that cancel out the time that you burped straight into the microphone?
No, that's just gonna hang in the air forever.
Literally.
But yeah, quite true. It's preserved for everyone to see. If you really wanna, we should put a content warning on me burping into the microphone, because I, for one, am the kind of person who hates mouth sounds and things like that. So
Unless they're your own.
no, I even hate hearing those too. Like, I'll be talking and then like my lips will be dry and I'll like hear the lips smacking and I'll be like, ugh, drink some water, you dumb fuck. And then I usually go get myself a glass of water.
I see. Well,
Brandon in the chat.
Maddie F is here too. Wow. All the
my God.
VIPs. This is the VIP reunion.
We got all the VIPs.
This was the alumni dinner. Everyone's invited.
I can think of a couple people who could return and then they'd be real VIP, like full VIP, but we got plenty of the good ones here.
The best ones are
We
here.
love everybody in the chat. The best ones. That's right, not going to disparage the people in the chat. I keep trying to do this weird Dutch angle, like horizon line going on here, and I just don't like the way it looks. So I'm just going to stop it. I'm just going to draw grass.
There you go.
Look at all the sweet grass. What? Who is that face? Hasha is the name of the emoji.
Is that a wrestler?
But they're shouting. It looks kind of like they got wrestler beard.
I don't know why it
over
is,
there.
but I can look at a person's face and tell if they're a wrestler or not.
Yeah.
You can send me
dude.
multiple different shots, very zoomed in, and I can tell you whether that person has ever fought somebody inside a cage before.
Hassan Piker, that sounds like a wrestler. I feel like I've heard Matt talk about that on his podcast called Flummoxed. Google it.
Check it out.
But check it out. I did the theme song recently, and you did
I
the
did
promo,
the
the
logo.
cover art for it.
Yeah.
No, he's just a swole ass Twitch streamer. Well,
Damn it.
shit, we are so wrong.
Damn it. Well, I'm sure he's wrestled someone. I guarantee it.
There's like a body type.
Probably
for
was at the
wrestlers,
bar. He probably started it.
He probably, yeah. He like, you ever see in movies when somebody's like at a bar and they start a fight, so they smash like a glass over somebody's head and like that person's fine?
That should be the end of the fight.
that's the end of the fight. Like that person might have gotten glass in their like directly into their eyes. Like,
you have glass in your head, you have glass in your eye, and also you just got clubbed in the head. Like a bottle.
Yeah.
A bottle hurts when it hits you.
Hurts like a motherfucker. I've seen like movies where people will smash like a rocks glass into somebody's head, and like they might bleed head, but it's not nearly as devastating as like it definitely would be in real life. And it's just kind of like, you guys really think the human body's way
people
more
have seen too many
durable than-
movies.
Yeah. These writers have seen too many movies, man.
You only gotta fall down like 2 feet to be like permanently a different person.
It's fucked up. Like, there's so many news stories where someone's like, yeah, they started to fight, guy got punched once, and then he died, like that, before he hit the ground. And it's just like, oh god, like, people should probably not fight. But then I also hear so many people be like, yeah, I got in so many fights when I was like before. Like, I don't know. We've talked about this before, but I've never been like in a fist fight. But so many people have told me about the fist fights they've been in, and I'm just like, that sounds like one of you is permanently injured. Like, have you kept up to date with the person who you disfigured in that fight? Because
have you killed people, bro?
They might have something to say about the medical bills you made them go through. I don't know.
Yeah, I just avoid getting into those all I can.
Yeah, 100%. Matty F says, podcast art and theme song, both absolute bangers. So that's not even us tooting our own horns. That's
He's tooting our horn for us.
He's tooting our horns, and don't stop right there.
I love it when people toot my horn.
You know, normally, I can't even think of a good joke. I feel like I already made all the jokes I need to about that subject matter. And then Hidden Pixel Play says they fell 25 feet and they're mostly the same person. And they told me that story before, so I do know that is a true story.
It says you. We all feel like you're very different now.
Yeah, man. Like that, the altitude really changed your personality. I think. You know, you've been.
You changed a lot. You used to be 25 feet up higher than you are now.
Yeah, you used to be like taller than me, dude.
Used to be way up there.
Wait there. This is mean though. He did really fall from a large height.
I'm happy to hear you're okay. I would not be joking if you were the one who said that you're the same. So that gives me the.
I never know like where's the line on things like, yeah, like I almost died. Like when am I like how like when am I allowed to make jokes? Like I don't, not like I'm counting down. I feel like it's also weird to hear like something terrible and be like, okay, the countdown until it's cool for me to make a joke starts now.
Usually you got to read the room, but in a chat it's a little bit harder. It's just
a little bit more difficult.
Text. I'm just trading your trauma for me to have funny jokes for my show.
Yeah, this is eating up at least a minute of the show's time so far, so it's keep it coming, keep up the trauma, everybody, keep posting the trauma. No, but I'm so sorry. But no, the LMAO in in all caps does let us know that maybe we're still doing all right in terms of acceptability.
Not that we have to also. Oh, sorry, keep going.
Well, I was just saying, he also says there is no line for him. Make all the jokes. But what were you gonna say then?
Also, we don't necessarily have to go down this road, because I don't know, maybe we'll feel the same way. But Maddie F wrote, yeah, I talked about how it's good that someone is dead on the pod we just recorded, and I'm still deciding if I should cut it. I wonder who that could have been.
Was it Rush Limbaugh? Because I fucking am so ecstatic that motherfucker died.
Okay, so yeah.
I don't know if you didn't want me to say that out.
No, well, I was giving us the out. That's the way I led into it, but you know, you're not alone.
Yeah, that dude was a piece of shit.
I mean, you know, even with some certain like shitty characters, I usually don't like to get involved with that. But this is the same dude that on his show used to like. He would read out a list of people that died of AIDS, and they would play like wacky horns and like make fun of it. So like. It's legit.
A little bit of a taste of his own medicine.
It's the exact same medicine, like except not even the same because those people didn't deserve it.
I was about to say the exact same thing. The people who he was making fun of did literally nothing wrong, and we're talking shit on him because he was actively just like that was a dude who actively set out to be the worst human being possible.
Yeah, there's certain people that the only thing they contribute to the world is like bad shit, and
Yeah.
if they're no longer doing that, that's a good thing, right?
You
be the judge.
Like, it's like when you watch like the bad guy die in like a superhero film.
Mm-hmm.
You're not like, oh, this is horrific. Like I don't.
Disney movies constantly have bad dudes like falling to their death. They don't show it, but you can imagine they're splatting on the ground in just about all of those movies that they fall into.
Some
a chasm.
of them get strangled. Some of them like get hung by like church bells or some shit. Like
the dude in Up falls off a blimp. The dude in Beauty and the Beast falls off a cliff. Like a lot of people just like hitting the ground and being like, bah!
Yeah.
They don't
and, like
show
a
that.
lot of those dudes. Their evil is a lot more like the dude in Up who like they condemned to falling off of a blimp. Like what wasn't his goal to just like sort of
kill the bird?
What like kill a bird? Like that's bad. Don't get me wrong, but like Rush Limbaugh did way worse than the dude from Up. Like
I think everybody can agree that Rush Limbaugh is worse than the guy from Up. I was trying to think of his name. That's why I was stalling.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen.
Yeah, he's worse
in a long time. Rush Limbaugh's a piece of shit. Yeah, just I don't know. You just like there's even unless you're absolutely lying to yourself, like there's not like a positive thing that dude contributed to the world. When I talk about being on Fark a lot. Like that's where. What helps me keep up with a lot of my news, but when he first was diagnosed with cancer, and this is probably insensitive to say, but whatever, I read it. But they said cancer diagnosed with Rush Limbaugh, and this kind of like, he's a piece of shit. I don't know. I fucking hate that guy.
He's a piece of shit.
He's a piece of shit.
You know, he spent his entire career like being an asshole. So like what I mean, he had to expect this, right? He can't be surprised.
Yeah, I think Rush Limbaugh like post death true speaking truth spirit form or in hell or whatever, he would just be like, yeah, no, I was a piece of shit, like I did that for money.
Yeah.
So fuck that guy. Yeah. Anyways, let's read the chat. People in the chat. Okay, so like right after Matty F had posted that about Rush Limbaugh, he said, "Yeah, sorry, we can move on." Well, we clearly didn't. So
yeah, that's all right.
You don't have to apologize. Hidden Pixel Play says, "Yeah, I'm cool with him being dead, but continue with the show. Like real stoked on his death, and I'll testify to it." And then Matty F says, "Brap brap," which I believe is. I think I did a pretty good job reading that.
It was a perfect pronunciation.
Thank you. And then Charles F. Muntz, is that
That's the name.
Or that's Nelson?
No,
Muntz?
that's the bad guy from Up.
Oh, okay, interesting. Okay, well I feel like
of it.
Rush Limbaugh is a very Nelson Muntz sort of situation.
That's being mean to Ralph.
Wait, Ralph?
Wait, what'd you say? Who?
Nelson Muntz?
Oh, Nelson. Yeah, it's Nelson. Yeah, that's mean to Nelson.
That's true. That's fair. Yeah. Bell Bell Rocket says, I'd consider being a huge piece of shit for money. And like same.
But not that.
I don't know. Like that's like that reaches like a point.
I don't believe you'd reach Rush Limbaugh levels for money.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd ever be able to reach.
You'd have to really sell your soul and like openly like make other people's lives terrible.
Yeah. He also could have quit. Like he was rich by like before the diagnosis even, and like he could have been like, that's it. Well, I can think of better things to do with what little time I have left on Earth, and you know, he like the worst thing I would do for money, I think, in terms of like harming other people, is I would make all of like those really terrible movies like the Ridiculous Six and stuff that Adam Sandler did for Netflix that they kind of like made fun of and funny people.
Yeah. Like
I couldn't. There's like a certain level of public harm where I'm just kind of like, nah, I'm sorry. Like the money is just not. What I can get one Tiger Cage. I have to say, what about who? Oh no, I can't.
You're talking about something harmless when it comes to making bad movies too.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Like, there's enough hurt in the real world. I don't gotta be.
Right.
Not that I'm saying Bell Bell Rocket is. Like, there's certain degrees of being a huge piece of shit for money that are still sort of within, I think, acceptable terms overall. But
and honestly, I'm saying that I don't honestly think that Bell Bell Rocket would. Saying that would, be on like that level.
Yeah, I don't want to use their words to condemn them either. They're clearly they're talking in the chat. They're not saying like they'd be Rush Limbaugh for money. I don't know. Do what you gotta do. Money is tough, but also fuck Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah.
Actually, like we try not to yuck yums on this show, but Rush Limbaugh was the yucker of yums.
He's not a yum.
Yeah. That dude yucked a lot of yums. And also, incited hate crimes, like literal hate crimes.
Yep.
Anyways, God, people keep asking us to move on, and I feel like we should take the...
Yeah. We're done here. We've said what we need to say.
Fuck Rush Limbaugh. Anyways, have you been watching any TV shows?
I think I mentioned this last week, but we restarted watching Gravity Falls.
Yes. Good show.
That's fun. It's a good show.
It's funny how different that show is from the start than it is from the end.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of... Like, the very first episode, in terms of even just, like, character designs, like... they kind of explain why the hat changes and things like that, but it's also just kind of interesting. Like, when I started watching it again, I was kind of like...
They do that in the first episode, though.
Yeah, they do. But it's still shocking when, like, the first episode starts, and you're just kind of like, wait, that's a different hat. And then they, explain it by the end of the episode, but it's still kind of a little bit like, whoa.
It happens during the episode. I only know this because I just saw it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But they hit a bump when they're riding a golf cart, and his current hat blows away.
And then he buys the new one in the gift shop.
Oh, Grunkle Stan is like...
meet Zeus, right?
No, it might be. I think he shows up a couple times, but Grunkle Stan's like, all right, you guys can pick anything from the shop, and he picks that, and then Mabel just pulls out like a grappling hook, which is like a really funny way to give her like a ability for the rest of the series, which you can tell is what they were intending on doing, because she's like,
yep,
I have a grappling hook now. It's just like that's just canon. She just does for the rest of the show. And it's awesome.
It's a good show. If you haven't watched Gravity Falls, people in the chat, it's a
great show.
Check it out. It's good shit. Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, I wouldn't mind watching it again. My brother and I were showing our mom that show after we finished watching it because we were like, she might like it. She likes. I thought
you did watch it with her.
We watched some of it. We just haven't continued it because it's also like it's hard to get like parents are usually, at least my parents are very much like, nah, I just want to read my book. I don't feel like watching like a cartoon right now that's like very hyperactive and
parents just don't understand. That's what I always say.
Yeah, it's a good story that you get to see with your eyeballs. But yeah, we'll win her over. We'll make her realize the goodness of Gravity Falls.
Slantis is in
the chat. We got Slantis in the chat.
Man, it's all happening.
Everybody's here. They're all coming back.
Yep.
It's like the dream team is converging in the chat once again. They say that Gravity Falls, they were considering rewatching Gravity Falls. It really is so good. Yeah, if any time to watch Gravity Falls is a good time to watch Gravity Falls. I started watching Hidden Pixel Play says we out here Dream Team Unite. Good stuff. It's good to have a dream team. That's such a good name. That's good branding right there. Dream Team. That's just good branding. Beautiful. I love that we have a soundboard, and it just we don't use it enough to the point where it's like you forget that you have it.
Was that way too loud for everyone else, or just me?
It was pretty loud for me.
Maybe it should be very loud. It's an air horn.
That I feel like is a sound I'm okay with being very loud because I mean that's kind of the point.
Chat
And
approves.
Pixel Play
We're
says
good.
it was fantastic, so I think they're on board.
I always forget I have it until I need an air horn inserted, and then I remember.
It's that's the thing about soundboards is like unless you have a dedicated soundboardist, it can tend to fall by the wayside because it's like it requires. It's hard to kind of go through any conversation and be like, oh, this would be a great moment for me to drop the "Here Comes the Money" sound clip, but then you're
Right.
also drawing on top of all that. It's just not easy work.
I just need
An engineer.
to be reminded every once in a while. Slanta says, "Was loud as all air horns should be." Good, perfect.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the one sound that can be, I think, get away with being loud.
Now Matty F is posting more pictures of wrestlers.
Oh my gosh. I think it's the same guy, which he's not a wrestler.
No, I know.
Yeah, everyone's saying that the air horn was perfect volume, so I think we don't gotta tweak that one. Let's make
feel
it louder
validated.
even.
I want it to break everyone's computer when it plays.
My ears are broken. I started watching a couple shows actually since we last spake. Thus spake us. I finished regular show.
Yes.
Which was good. I recommend everybody watch it. All the feels in the last episode. They know how to you know, they know how to try and wrestle some tears out of your face. I started watching like a couple of shows that like they just started airing episodes, but I'm kind of in the mode now where I'm like, okay, I'm catching up on all these shows, but also wouldn't it be nice if I was just up to date on some shows? So I've been doing that. So I checked out the new Keenan show.
How was it?
I liked it. It's
Cool.
good.
Where's Kel? That's
He's
the
not
question.
there. Not involved. He has like a brother character who is like also his manager, who is sort of the wild card to Keenan's straight-laced character, but he's no Kel because Kel is Kel. But it's a good
Kel
show.
but
I do
Kel.
highly recommend it. It's got Don Johnson, who I found out was in Miami Vice. Apparently, I didn't realize that that's where that guy was from. But he's in it. He's good. It's a good show. I recommend it. It's funny. There's no laugh track, which I think is always a bonus.
Gotta love that.
I do really enjoy watching a new show and being like, oh, no one's fucking laughing. Except for me sometimes, maybe.
They don't do it very much anymore, I will say. Most shows.
Fallen by the wayside, although like there's a new Kevin James show on Netflix that is like I saw the preview pictures and I was just like, this doesn't look up my alley, but I'll give it like a preview. And then it's a laugh track sitcom about Kevin James working in like a NASCAR rally pit or whatever.
Interesting.
But yeah, like I was with my family and we turned it on and then the laugh track started happening and then like 5 seconds after that we were just like, no, we can turn this off. It's okay.
Let's
I
turn
also
on
started watching that
some quality
Mr.
programming like Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory, highest quality of programming. It has a laugh track, and I do fucking hate that too. Actually, so we shit on Young Sheldon because it's a spin-off of Big Bang Theory, but Young Sheldon does not have a laugh track, which is weird for a spin-off to sort of break that format. I feel
Well,
like
it was
it's
earlier.
never.
Canonically speaking, it's earlier in his life before the laugh started.
Before people started paying attention to his life, because he's an annoying fucking kid.
People didn't know he was a zany fellow yet.
Bazinga zinger.
Have you watched Young Sheldon?
My parents watch it, and I've watched Young
Is there
Sheldon
like
with
a
them.
probably the pilot? Is there like a moment where he says Bazinga the first time, and then he like looks at the camera, and like lifts his eyebrows and goes, "I can get used to this," something like that.
I haven't seen the pilot. I can't comment.
I haven't seen it, and I will say he definitely does that. I'm sure.
Okay, there you go. I did see an episode recently where they played D&D with his grandparents, and I was like, hold on, they're calling this character class the Thief, but he's actually a rogue. Get it right, young Sheldon.
He wasn't a genius yet at that point.
No, he was just
an
a
idiot.
folksy child who's going to college or something. I don't know.
Oh, is that the
I've got-
idea of the show? Is that he's like in
No, I
one
did
of those
the-
like young kids? He's so smart. He's in college.
Yeah, the one episode I watched, he was going to college for like the first time or something like that. Kind of, I don't know how many seasons it's at right now. Probably the first still. But it's I mean, he's still a genius in the show because like his character grew up a genius, and because his character is just like a savant or something. I don't know. A lot of it's like him being quirky because he's so smart and he doesn't understand humans.
You see, he may be very book smart, but socially, he's got a lot to learn. Tune into Young Sheldon Thursdays on
should be-
whatever channel, I don't even know.
I
ABC?
think it's
NBC?
God, I think it's Fox. I feel like it's a Fox show. Truly don't know. But usually when it comes on, I'm not like, yeah. It's all right.
Like, I watch it all, but I'm not happy about it.
I've not watched all of it. I have watched maybe 3 episodes. And usually I'm on my phone. Usually I'm dicking around on Discord when I'm,
Maybe these
you know,
guys
because
are
I
all
like to be in the
dressed
same
similar.
room as my parents to remind them I'm alive still.
That's nice of you. I feel like as
Yeah,
parents, that's the one thing you want to make sure of with your kids.
Is that they are sure
they're
that
alive.
I'm not like dead in a ditch somewhere.
Right. Yeah. Specifically
Yeah.
ditches. That's the real place they seem to always be scared about us dying.
They really, their minds seem to wander to ditches all the time.
My mom's never
Maybe-
scared of me dying elsewhere. It's just ditches. And
Those
it's like,
ditches, I
that's
don't
the
get it.
least likely place for me to die. I live near a city. There aren't many ditches around here.
Not a whole lot of ditches. All the ditches we're around right now have been like patched up.
Maybe that's how they get you. You're not expecting a ditch out here, and then you just...
Then you're
It's
just
one
like,
of those-
whoa, what's this ditch? And then you die.
Ah! Oh, yeah, I have a sound for that, too. Let's see here. Let's do that again.
Yeah.
What's...
Oh, what's this? What's this? Is this a ditch over here?
There you go.
Perfect.
Then you're dead.
Yep, that's us to our parents in their minds.
We better be careful. One of us might die in a ditch this week now after saying that.
We thought about ditches, and
killed
here,
Daft Punk.
here we are.
Now we're going to kill ourselves.
We killed Daft Punk. We killed some random celebrity who we have not verified.
Right.
Yeah.
There you have it. Not intentional,
So,
so I think...
No, we're not trying to kill anybody. It's
Yeah.
just it's the natural, it's the ether, you know, like
We
somebody's
mentioned-
name.
We mentioned
comes
Rush
up in
Limbaugh,
the-
and then look what happened there.
He's dead. He
Yeah.
died a week after
So there's
before we
another one.
mentioned him.
The DrawBomb effect, you got him too.
That's true. We got him, ladies and gentlemen. Wait, don't you have a sound clip for that one too?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
There you go. I'm actually surprised we managed to work that one into the show somewhere. That
You almost
one
said it
was That was
organically.
hard mode.
And then you're like, oh, wait a minute. Speaking of this.
That sound clip was hard mode for us. I want to read the chat real quick. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see what I got.
Solantis, first of all, says that spake is the ultimate form of the past tense form of spoken. I agree. Otherwise, Niche wouldn't be using it as titles for his book. He also says, can't drink orange soda without thinking of Kel, and I don't think any of us can. Nor can I have hardware or like any sort of like carpentry equipment near cans of tuna in case I do drop a screw in the tuna.
Yes.
Then I'm gonna think of Kel.
These are some life experiences you got from Keenan and Kel.
And also, sitting on blocks of ice to win a contest, just located in the back of my local grocery store.
Can't do that anymore?
Can't do that. Can't ask my date out to prom, or else the sign might get miswritten out, and then they write the wrong name on the banner. God, I'm running out of.
Can't hang out with Coolio because then he'll write me a theme song and I'll owe him a whole bunch of money that I was not anticipating to owe Coolio.
Yeah, can't have a dad named Calvin.
Do you?
No.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I can tell you who did. Keenan Thompson and Conan Cal.
There you go.
Shit, what else? And let's move on.
Right.
Wait, we have Behold Discovery in the chat now. What? Everybody's in the chat. Beautiful.
Welcome.
Dr. Soundcheck says, I just got rockin' stoned, which I believe that they're talking about Valheim, because we were talking about Valheim. And then Solanta says, if you don't rockin' stone, you ain't coming home. Which sounds both like applicable to Valheim and like they might also be quoting lyrics to some sort of song. I can't verify though. We don't check this chat. We need we need somebody checking this chat.
I mean, we check it
all
pretty
the time.
frequently, but it's hard to keep up sometimes.
Keep up because we're so busy.
But yeah, we're
talking shit on Rush
so
Limbaugh.
busy. Deep Rock Galactic.
Oh, okay.
We played our fair share.
Deep
of that.
Rock. We did a decent amount of Deep Rock back in the day.
Yeah,
By back in the day, I mean about like approximately
month
like
ago.
2.5 months ago, something like that.
Yeah, that's more accurate. Yeah, it was fun. It's a good game.
Yeah, it's a good time. The nice thing about that game is that even if you uninstall it, it's like 3 gigabytes. So you can always just like once they like you find out they added a big content update, you can be like, okay,
Crawl on back.
guess I'll. Yeah, it took me like 2 minutes to download.
Well, Dr. Soundcheck, you don't have to play it solo. Message us so we can give you some deets.
Yeah, like I said, we got, or like Brandon said, we got that dedicated server.
Exactly.
You can join us on there. Hazard 3, Cave 3, Mission Length 3, and died in the last 2 pieces of Aqua. I don't know how you say it.
What are you saying right now?
Those have been frustrating missions, though. That's kind of around where we quit because we had like a level 3 length drill.
Yeah.
Ride the drill, get to the thing. There's so little ammo you can hold in that game, which frustrated us. Behold Discovery says, it is lit, my fam, and then we have a whole bunch of cat emojis. Doing another chat recap. Team Harris is in the house. That's something only the 3 of us will understand. Me, Behold Discovery, and Solantis, and anyone else who they talk to and have told about these projects. And I think I've told you about it, Brandon. But Stony Hawk, and keep missing the times. Everyone is free. Always down to rock and stone. I feel like there we have caught up.
Yep.
How's this picture looking?
I'd say it's about done.
I can't think of anything aside from elaborate shading that would take way too long to do to add to this
let's
picture.
save it and get out of here then before
Let's
you start
get started on
doing
that elaborate shading.
Nope. Oh,
Okay.
That looks great. Solanta says, I'm liking that there picture image. And there you go. Braving
Well,
the
thank you
reveal.
so much.
Right out the gate.
Do we have any Gulliver's Travels sounds to play into the thing?
I don't. What would that even be?
I don't know.
Let me see what. Nope.
Nope. Okay. Well, let's move on then. Did you ever see the Jack Black version of Gulliver's Travels?
I haven't.
Yeah, I haven't either, and
I forgot that existed until you just reminded me of the trailer.
that Photoshop, the poster just sticks out in my head as being just so shitty looking.
Oh wait, that rock is not colored and it's bothering me. Gotta color that rock.
Oh god, yeah, we gotta color. And there's a couple stakes on the ground that could be
Oh my
touched
God.
up.
Jesus.
What is wrong with us?
Matty F says, this truly was a Gulliver's Travel. You know,
Isn't The real Gulliver's
less
Travel, the friends we made along
Damn
the
it!
way.
You like.
Did I just steal your joke?
You did.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I don't have many, so it's especially rude that you took one of like 3.
Sorry, if I had known, I wouldn't have done it.
I don't believe you.
That's just kidding, folks. I totally fucking knew. I just wanted
Got
to
'em.
shit.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. Do we have a sound clip for that one?
I just played it.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I have a great image of Gulliver's Travel.
Okay, get it out of there. I was about to save the image. Alright. We're done. Next drawing.
We've done it.
We did it.
Oh shit,
happened.
we have a whole hour. That never happens. What is the next drawing?
Whatever we want.
Rush Limbaugh die. No,
I'm gonna pass on that.
yeah, let's move on from that one. Fuck. What should we draw? God. We already drew Valheim.
Draw
shit.
God. Yeah, that's true.
It's been so long since we've had like extra time to work on drawings. Like,
we did get subscription.
we did get a sub.
That was
But-
from Dr.
by-
Soundcheck, right?
Dr. Soundcheck,
Or-
yeah. So
So you can suggest a drawing. Laugh at Maddie
Yeah.
after saying draw God.
yeah, I saw. Well, here it is. Wait, I can draw God real quick if you don't mind.
I mind, but I'll allow it.
They say, oh shit, this is not working. This joke is already failing. I was gonna color the whole picture. Just try, put it down. The fucking paint bucket does not work. I was gonna paint the whole screen red because you're supposed to like go blind and die if you see God.
That's a weird. That seems like God's insecure.
Yeah, he's like, don't look at me.
He makes the rules, so he's the one that came up with the go blind and die rule.
Yeah. Ew, no, stop.
I didn't even do anything with my hair yet today. I'm hideous.
God, I feel so ugly.
He is God.
Also, in this world, God is a woman, based on the voice that we're apparently doing, or I'm doing, I guess. I'm adding an extra falsetto to God.
Might
God
be
is a
man.
woman. I'm just gonna say that right now. Not because of the whole insecurity thing. That's a separate joke. Those jokes are mutually exclusive. God is like an Elder Scroll. Wait, so I get extra jump ability if I see God?
God is like an Elder Scroll. It only shows up every 10 years. Dr.
What?
Soundcheck subscribed. Thank you.
What
very
again?
much. 2
Oh
months.
my God.
2 dang
Now they
months.
have to-
Now we gotta
now
do
they
the
get
show
to-
for 2 months. Oh my God.
Now they get to ask us extra pictures.
I was planning on getting out. Now we
You know,
have
I was
to do the
drawing Gray
show.
Fox from Metal Gear Solid. I ended up drawing a
Is that
vagina.
what you
so,
think God looks like?
A vagina, yes.
Is Gray Fox from
'Cause
Metal Gear
we were all
Solid?
birthed. Anyways. Check out DrawBomb episode 60. Fucking 1 hour, 4 minutes in to see Ian draw a shitty vagina. Alanis Morissette is God. Oh, we have Rabbit Aster
true.
in the chat. Rabbit Aster, friend of the show, guest of the show.
That's true if you've seen Dogma.
That God is a vagina?
No. Alanis Morissette is played by... Or God is played by
Oh.
Alanis Morissette in that movie.
Is that Alanis Morissette in...
Yeah.
Oh, I did not realize that. I thought that was the lady that broke Dr. Evil out of prison in Austin Powers Goldmember.
No.
Alright, so... We're drawing Alanis Morissette now, right? Is that what
Yeah.
we're doing?
She
Okay.
has a giant beard, right?
She looks like that. She looks like if Cousin It had arms and legs. Did you, so we were talking with a friend on the Valheim dedicated server, and they were like, we were talking about new shows, and the one friend started talking about the Great North, and they were like, yeah, like this new show, The Great North by the Bob's Burgers people, and then I was just like, it's okay. And then I kind of realized after the fact that they may have been trying to recommend this show, and I just kind of like poo-pooed all over it. And
So rude of you.
I know, I felt like a dick.
They brought up
But
to me
in
later
that
that really kind of hurt their feelings.
They
That's not
did,
true.
they
I'm not
left
sure
it
what
there.
that joke I'm trying to do is.
Now I feel bad. Oh my god. I gotta go.
Even left a line as he like left that he dragged his pen across the screen. It's great. Finally, guys, it worked. Now I have my own show, which I've been trying to get for years, but you know, Ian he's like, oh, he's coming back, never mind. Or he's drinking. I don't know. What was say in the chat? Looks like old Dan Halen from Squidbillies. Admittedly, I'm aware of Squidbillies, but I've never really watched it. Have you ever watched? Oh, wait for headphones. Have you ever watched Squidbillies?
I have seen Squidbillies, yes.
Solantis was saying this looks like old Dan Halen from Squidbillies, but I'm not
Oh yeah, I can see that.
familiar.
If there's a guy I think of, let me think.
It's God.
The yeah, did you know that in that show, The Great North, or I think that's what it's called, Alanis Morissette is a character.
Does she play God?
She plays an imaginary friend who is in the sky like Mufasa.
Okay,
in
so yeah,
Lion
she
King.
plays God.
Yeah, she basically plays God.
Sorry
I'm
to
gonna
any
try
of the Godheads out there. I didn't mean that.
Yeah, all the people
that.
who were not aware, Alanis Morissette is God. Gorillaz fans would go as far as to say that Murdoch is God.
Is that canon?
Nah, it's just a song.
Oh.
They had a song
I
called
wouldn't put it
Murdoch is
past
God on.
their cartoons.
I mean, God, I haven't even kept up with the Gorillaz storyline. I used to have that. Oh, I still have that fucking Rise of the. What is the name of that book? Rise of the Ogre? I have the Gorillaz art book though. It's really good.
Got Lord Spew in the chat.
Oh my god, everyone's making a comeback. Oh, Lord
It's the
Spew!
reunion tour.
Thank you so much for joining us. Oh, we're getting a lot of use out of that soundboard today.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it until everybody
First
asks me to
episode.
stop.
That's true. Can you stop that? No, I'm kidding. You can keep going.
All right, there it is,
Be like-
folks.
There it is, folks. That's no more soundboard.
I just uninstalled it.
If anyone has tips for drawing Alanis Morissette, let me know because okay, so last week I was like, oh god, I can't draw Terrence Howard, and then I drew.
Nailed it.
I think it was an alright Terrence Howard.
Oh my gosh, it's a beautiful tower.
I gotta be humble, okay? But so like Alanis Morissette is different because Alanis Morissette is a lady, and I don't feel as confident drawing women as I feel drawing men.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Do you feel that way? Do you feel like you have a harder time drawing women than you have drawing men? I think fashion-wise, I definitely don't understand women's fashion, so it's hard for like. You can draw a dude and have like him in t-shirt and jeans, and it's kind of like, yeah, I believe that, but you can do that with women too. But like, there's also like a lot more, I think, variety. And there's
I'm not sure what it is, but you're right.
There's
There's
Earth you're drawing right there.
what?
You
No.
drew a tiny penis.
No, that's New Zealand.
That's New Zealand right there. Sorry, go on. What were we gonna say about drawing?
No, I think you're right actually. Now that you say it, it's for me. It's not so much like getting the likeness down. It's something about like it's very easy to. Maybe it has something to do with my art style because I'm not drawing straight up like photorealistic stuff. So for the stylized version, it's very easy. It's easy to lose the like the things that make a face feminine or whatever.
That's fair, I think.
I feel like
That's the interesting thing too. Is do you think it's easier to draw a stylized picture of somebody that looks like them than it is to draw like, because like if you're doing like ultra realistic, you can kind of take a photograph.
it's almost easier to try to if you're trying to get a likeness. It's almost easier to actually draw them.
Yeah, because like if you're doing cartoony, you have to kind of like bake down the aspects of them that. God, this Alanis Morissette I'm drawing just looks tired.
She might be. Lord Spew says, so how does this work here? Are you doing drawing requests? Do you have a prompt? Sometimes that's true.
Oh yeah, so we should kind of explain the show. So
Go ahead.
we, Atlantis Marmoset too. For this show, like, so we'll start out, we'll draw like a title card, which is just like some random picture based on like something we're watching or playing or whatever idea we had. And we'll draw that for like usually the first hour. If it takes less long enough, it takes us all 2 hours, and we just kind of talk about whatever. And then if we have free time, we'll play games. We'll Dr. Soundcheck subscribed for 2 months on our channel, so they asked us to. Well, they didn't actually answer who they wanted us to draw, but Matty F pounced in asking for God, and then we started talking about Alanis Morissette from Dogma being God. So now Brandon's drawing God as a beardy man with a dick earth, and I'm drawing Alanis Morissette, or I'm trying to.
We usually draw whatever we're talking about. Sometimes we'll draw requests if people subscribe or throw us a donation. We usually always draw your requests.
Yeah.
We play some games
This
on
seems
here.
fair.
We just hang out and talk with the chat.
Yeah, sometimes we do rock, paper, pencil, which is where we ask the chat to give us a subject. And then we just kind of draw that, and then we usually have them vote on who did a better job. And
if you do have requests, feel free to ask. The worst case scenarios will be like, nah.
Yeah, and we'll be very derisive about it. We'll be like, ew, no, get out of here. Ew. But no, we won't do that.
Yeah, something like that.
But right now, sometimes this does not look like Alanis Morissette.
Not really.
I mean, it kind of, it does a little, and it doesn't.
There's some Morissette-esque
it could look Alanis more.
What's that?
I'm gonna.
You know,
Good night, everybody.
It's just really ironic. That's all.
It's an ironic.
Is it an
Alanis
ironic?
Morissette. Or if I draw Alanis Morissette, if she came from Iran, it's an Iranic Alanis Morissette. Is that joke racist? I don't know. I
don't think so.
I don't think it is, but also they probably don't like. I feel like if I was from Iran and someone was like, "That's Iranic,"
You would laugh hysterically and say, I've never heard that in my life. You're funny."
Huh. Yeah, that's like when you're working at a restaurant and you're like, "How did you guys like the meal?" And like the dish is empty and they're just like, "We didn't like it." And you're just like, "Wow, you're the first people I've ever heard that from."
I get that so much, but just on Saturday I had a lady that did that, but she sold it too well, which is not nice.
No.
She didn't do it with the voice. She just like flat out, like, I was like, "Oh, she's pissed," and then she's like, "Ha, just kidding," and I'm like, "Oh God, why did you do that to me?"
That's so mean.
Mean.
Don't make me like scared at work.
She must have
please.
saw the fear in my eyes because she immediately changed her tune.
Oh, so she kind of like realized she was.
I think so.
Okay. Well,
She was just a better actor than she anticipated, I think.
I mean, that's almost. She could take that as a compliment if she wanted to, but also, it's still.
Maybe just don't do that shit to people. How about that?
Just don't do that shit, though. Yeah.
Who are you trying to impress?
Well, also, like, you're just trying to fucking make money and like get out of it. Like, nobody who's working in a restaurant, like, no.
I enjoy talking to my
front of
tables and
house.
stuff, but like the little canned jokes, like that kind of stuff is.
Oh yeah, we all have our routines that we kind of go through that work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the guests all have the same jokes too.
That's true, they do, but they don't know that. Like when we use our jokes on the customers, I say we, like I haven't not worked in the food industry in like the last 4 years, but I could also just as easily be back there at any moment.
I test my material on every table like I'm like working on a Type 5. Like I
yeah, exactly.
Seriously, I have my comedy routine jokes that I scrub after they flop too many times.
Yeah, I like that's the thing is like working at a bank, I was that way too. Like I'd be a teller and I'd be like, okay, so that joke about losing all of their money did not sell, so I'm gonna scrap that one.
They hated that.
Not that I ever. I've never actually told that joke. That would be fucking stupid. I usually just try and figure out how to get them away from my window as fast as possible.
Yeah. That was yeah, more like retail jobs. Whatever I can do to end the conversation faster, great. Or like things like that.
Yeah.
Jobs where you get paid on tips, you know, you gotta
You really gotta
play
work
character.
the crowd.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta do some crowd work. So where you here from?
Wow, we gotta stop meeting like this. When you come up and you pick up the check. Look at that.
There it is.
There it is. There he is.
I think I say that after every time I play the sound. Yeah, there it is. There's the stuff.
I feel like it's like a good rim shot to the rim shot is going like, yeah, there it is.
I just press the rim job button.
Whoa, hold on.
What? That's what you call it when you hit the drum and the cymbal. It's a rim job, right?
Yeah. You just keep calling it that.
What is it? Does it mean something else? Oh God.
What could it be?
I've had a lot of awkward conversations. I'm realizing.
Oh no. God. Okay, so
Yes,
she's
that
got.
is what we're drawing.
Hey, we are drawing God. You're right. I'm trying to draw Alanis Morissette, and this just looks bad. What I'm doing right now.
The pressure of trying to do a likeness on air is.
On air is pretty
It's a bold
tough, 'cause
move, and not the first time you've done it.
No, this is like the third time I've tried, and like.
I admire it. I admire your bravery.
Oh boy. I'm so sorry, Alanis Morissette. This is like Rain on Your Wedding Day. That's not a song she did, is it?
It is. 100%.
It is? Okay.
That's ironic. The song.
Yeah.
The thing you said.
I thought that was
ironic.
her, but I've also confused her with quite a few other songwriters. But I also don't know any other songs that she's done then. Like,
yeah, you would know a few if you heard them. I'm trying to think of them right now. She was the one.
I'm sure, yeah.
She was the one where she's like, she's all mad.
Oh, good. That's the. I know the one you're actually talking about, though. Fuck. Wait, yeah. I've been to karaoke with friends before, and the one friend did that song for karaoke, and like she killed it.
It's a good song. It's catchy.
Yeah, it's a great song.
How does it go?
Oh boy, man.
Oh yeah.
I don't care.
And to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. That one. Ought to know. You ought to know. That's what the song is.
Yeah, I know.
The one where she's all pissed off. It was a good description.
Yeah.
I mean, we got there from that, so
We did get there
it
from
was a
that,
good
you're
enough
right.
description at least to get the job done.
It's a good song. It is a fucking solid song. Jesus, this does not look like Alanis Morissette. This looks like.
I feel like Alanis Morissette is here staring at me.
I'm so sorry, Alanis.
Mission accomplished.
This. So, you did a pretty good drawing of Alanis Morissette, I would say.
Thanks.
Brandon's drawing.
How dare you? This is my livelihood.
Ian's. No, you gotta watermark it.
Drew it right in God's pubic region.
You gotta make sure you hide it in the drawing, you know? You don't want it to be too obvious.
That's fair.
Alright, let's put that in there.
So, assuming they're still here, I know we got
People in the chat?
yeah, people in the chat. Plead the filth in the chat. I played D&D yesterday.
How was that?
It was good, but almost our entire group died. Our DM showed a little bit of mercy, which is a rare occurrence. But we got kind of pinned down, and then literally like we played for I don't know 2 or 3 hours, and I think we rolled it like bad every single time. Like literally, I think we missed every hit like the entire like night. I think, and funny enough, so yeah, literally every single attack we missed, and we're just getting pummeled. And then at one point we were in a hallway. There was enemies coming from both directions. There was a dead body near us, and I forget what was happening in the story, but I was mad, my character, and I decided to kick the corpse, and I rolled a nat 20 on it and just like obliterated the body. And that was the only good roll I had all night, was kicking a dead body, unfortunately.
That's usually how D&D goes, though, I think, is usually the rolls that are so inconsequential, but they really add a lot of flavor, are the ones that go well.
It's just not, it's not fair. Okay.
I drew Alanis Morissette, by the way.
Is that who that's supposed to be?
That's
a Bob's Burgers version.
That's the Great North version. Thank you very much.
It's the same art style. Come on.
Come on. It is the same art style. They all don't have chins.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get rid of that. Okay. This is bad though. This is not. I'm so sorry, Alanis. And you don't care. And you make it.
Do you think Alanis is her given name?
Do you think that's not a real name?
I would guess not. I think most performers don't use their real name.
Oh, I think, yeah, for the most part, you have to... Like, I don't think the guy from Weezer was really named Rivers Cuomo. Wow, I could not say that fucking sentence to save my life.
No one's ever been named that.
No one's named Rivers Cuomo. Like,
right.
Unless you really hate your kid. Let me see, I'm looking up Alanis Nadine Morissette. That's how she was born.
Wow.
She's only 46, actually. She's a lot younger than I thought.
Her parents named their kid and they're like, she's gonna be a star.
Yeah. That's like...
We'll name her Alanis.
Alanis.
Like the ocean? No, but close.
Just a little off, like you missed a couple letters.
Right, we want to be original, but we also, you know, yeah, kind of like that. Well, that's what I was inspired by.
If she's ever turns out to be a mermaid, we can call her Atlantis Morissette. Until the day she grows gills out her ass.
Is that how mermaids come to be? Is that what you're Googling?
What was that?
Is that how mermaids come to be? They're not born mermaids.
I think mermaids come to be like you fuck a seal. Isn't that how they work? Isn't that what that is?
I don't know.
Did we talk about that on a I feel like we talked about that with somebody. Okay, Rivers Cuomo, also known as Peter Kitts.
There you go. That's a real name. Sure.
That's a real name right there. That's like... But also, his last name is the same name as Knight Rider. So... I mean...
No, Knight Rider's last name is Rider.
Oh, true.
I actually don't know.
You have to be... You have to be, wait, he wrote and performed Backflip, the theme song for the Netflix series Green Eggs and Ham. Jesus Christ.
Good.
Anyways.
About time.
About time Weezer got involved with Dr. Seuss somehow.
Oh boy, we're spiraling out. Now that's a real person name, that's right. Rivers Cuomo. Come on.
No one's named after a fucking geological phenomena. Hi.
What, a Cuomo? I mean, we got Alanis over here. That's also a water source.
Yeah,
Atlantis. Atlantis Ocean.
My name's Tributary Smith.
I'm Pond Stevens.
Yeah, my name's Sediment Runoff Jacobson.
I'm Glacial Pool Smith. I like that.
I've gone as
is the least
obscure as I can
inspired.
get when it comes to rivery things.
I'm McDonald's parking lot puddle. Johnson. I don't know.
Oh dear.
We're reaching our.
Anyways, if you want
Dr.
to change your
Soundcheck
name, I don't.
says they want to see what Pond Stevens looks like. I really should have stopped there because it just went downhill from there.
It did go down half an hour. Honestly, though, if you do want to change your name, you can go right the fuck ahead. Like,
No. Nope.
we're not yucking yums on this show.
I
Okay?
will. You cannot change your name.
I know we just did like 3 solid minutes of like yucking a yum right there, but we're not yucking yums on this show.
I'm gonna draw Pond Stevens.
You can drop on Stevens, but as long as we don't yuck on, as long as we don't call Pond Stevens scum.
Pond Stevens better have fucking been born Pond Stevens, or I will have no part of this.
Well, we will be furious.
What a
and we
dumb
will make
like
jokes.
What a dumb like thing to be passionate about. No. You have
Right,
to
like we
have
do
your-
this as a bit, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Fucking folks change their names, like whatever.
Who
Like
cares?
sometimes you just don't like your fucking name. Sometimes you have other reasons for changing a name. Go for it. I don't care.
Who cares?
Like,
What does it matter? It doesn't affect anyone but you.
does not affect me. It affects
I mean-
you, and it affects the person who has to print out your credit card. That's about
I mean,
it.
if you pick something really goofy, I'll judge you silently, but I won't say it to you. I'll treat you with respect. I'll just
Yeah.
question your choices behind your back. But that's it.
Yeah, I'll be like, why did Derek name himself Anal Bead? I don't get it. Yeah, like it has to be
You're
that
allowed
egregious.
to,
in my
but-
opinion.
You're allowed to, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I think it's weird.
Hi, my name's Greg Cigarette Burn. Cigarette Burns. My middle name is my last name. Gregoria Cigarette. My name's Cuban Cigar. That's just my first and last name is Cuban Cigar. I don't want to draw this Alanis Morissette drawing
You don't
anymore.
have to.
I feel like,
You don't have to do anything you don't want to do on this show.
oh my god.
You can drop that just as soon as you feel like it. Or you can keep trying. It's up to you.
I don't want to try anymore.
Well,
I feel like
Then give up.
it's just
Give up. Why don't you?
No. Yeah, I will. I'll give up. Now I'm gonna draw a mermaid. Trying to lure,
With the head of Alanis Morissette.
sort of. Well, not sort of in terms. The head is gonna be weird.
Wait, are you saying Alanis Morissette's head is weird? Yeah.
No, but like
Oh, come on, dude.
that's not what I meant. I don't care, cause I got money. I talk about karaoke so much because I miss it though.
Yeah. It's a great time. We fortunately got to do some karaoke right before everything went to shit.
You did, that's right.
There was some real,
But,
some real doozies.
Real doozy. I sang some Bee Gees, which we talked about last week. But none of them died, so
Oh, thank God.
that's good. We got that going for us.
Whew. It's a close one.
I think. Are any of the Bee Gees still alive, actually, though? Like,
That's what we have to do. We're only allowed to talk about people that are already dead.
one celebrity at a time. Otherwise, we risk endangering the lives of many. Are we like
Rivers.
basically death from not Total Recall? Jesus, the other one, Final Destination.
Maybe.
Doesn't sound anything like Total Recall. But
Rivers Cuomo, please go to a safe place for a week.
please, we have a bunker. You're drawing Pawn Stevens right now, right?
Yeah.
They wear quite the jacket.
They do. You'd think with a name like that, you wouldn't really have to overcompensate with your jacket choices, but Pawn Stevens just does what he feels. You know, he's just vibing, man.
Just vibing and I was gonna say like vibing and profibing, but that's not.
I don't know what that means, but maybe they're doing that.
Doesn't mean a goddamn thing. People sound off in the chat what profibing as a word means. I dare you to think of one answer that sounds. It makes it sound like a halfway reasonable word. I think of how these legs are gonna look. You know, I feel like in a recent episode of this show, we were like, drawing feet's easy, drawing shoes are tough.
Yeah.
Maybe we were just talking about that, and I'm not sure if that was on the show,
It
but
was
now I'm
last
drawing
episode.
feet. Let's see how accurate I was in saying drawing feet was easy.
It can also be
'Cause
tough
now
if you have a weird angle.
Yeah. I feel like every angle for feet is a weird angle, though. I feel like you can never draw feet at like a really easy angle to draw feet at.
I spend all my time drawing feet from different angles. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh yeah.
Oh no! Please stop making those noises on the show.
Sorry, I just love to draw. I'm just, you know, passionate about art.
Just when, especially when we're talking about feet, like that's a very real.
Oh yeah. I don't understand the problem.
There's no problem.
I just love drawing anatomy.
Okay.
Like feet. Oh, weird.
What's it sound like when you draw feet again?
Oh yeah. I don't.
Okay, you don't have to.
I feel like we're gonna get directly into yuck yumming, which I don't want to do. But what a weird. I don't want to just go straight to kink shaming. But
You're definitely kink shaming right now.
Let's go this way. Let's go this way. You're allowed to be into feet. I applaud you for being into feet, but I don't understand it, and that's okay because I don't have to.
I think that's kind of like that's like the definitive feature of fetishes, though, is something that people aren't gonna understand why.
Just,
and I
like,
feel like
strikes a
people
chord
who
with you.
people who even have those fetishes oftentimes are like,
Don't understand.
I don't understand why, but
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. No,
Brandon,
I'm not kink.
what are your fetishes? No, we don't have
Oh,
to, we
yeah.
don't have to do that.
It's episode 60. I can finally tell the world what I've been hiding.
We've said enough shit on this show. We might as well.
Yeah. I feel like it's only shocking because it's me doing these jokes instead of you.
Yeah, I feel like we've carved out a niche for each of ourselves as to who's gonna say the goofy shit and who's gonna like. Wait, are you saying I would say my fetishes on air because like fair, but also?
I'm saying you'd make jokes about it.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, 100%. Okay. Yeah, I'm on board. That sounds
And
about
maybe you
right.
actually would too. Who knows?
No, I'm way too repressed for that sort of stuff.
Fair enough.
No, there's a lot of emotional baggage I gotta work through before I can start going down that road.
I was raised very religious. You think I'm comfortable with my body? Come on.
Come on here. I got all that Catholic guilt in here still looming around somewhere.
Stuff doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah. feel like this... There's no way to make this fish transform properly into the the transition of the fish legs, of the human legs into the fish head. Not something I'm gonna nail.
Going with the classic reverse mermaid.
Yep.
We have a similar drawing that's been done on the show with a fish wearing pants. That it's probably the same fish.
Was that when we were making jokes about like which way would this wear pants?
Yeah, you did
that was like
eel.
a meme that was going around a while back.
I don't know if you recall that. You did an eel as your fish, which was a clever choice.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was like a. This is just a quick drawing of it. And the eel was wearing the pants.
Oh my god.
There's a character in, you know that game Yooka-Laylee that was made by like the Banjo-Kazooie people?
I'm not familiar
like,
with that,
basically-
actually.
Oh, so like, you know Banjo-Kazooie from
Yes,
Nintendo
I'm familiar
64.
with that game.
So, people who had worked on Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Kazooie and Rareware and all their properties were bought by Microsoft. And so the people who had worked on Banjo-Kazooie wanted to make their own sort of follow-up, but so it's like a spiritual successor.
Okay.
It's called Yooka-Laylee, and there's a character in that who is a snake. He's wearing a pair of pants, and I forget what his character really does, but the joke is that he's a trouser snake.
Well, that's funny.
Yeah, I mean it's clever, I guess. It is funny. It's especially funny because like they couldn't make that joke in I think Banjo-Kazooie, at least not so overt of a dick joke.
Right. Well,
It's weird, but it is a dick joke, so I don't want to give it too much credit though, because at some point
what,
I feel
that's
like
not funny now? Did I miss something?
no, dick jokes are funny. It's just like not every joke that is funny is clever.
Right.
And I feel like dick jokes, like at this point, people can come up with dick jokes as easy as like breathing,
True.
as it is to breathe.
Sometimes
like some
easier.
people, yeah, some people live and breathe dick jokes. So yeah, I don't know. Rush Limbaugh was a big dick joke, and then he stopped breathing, but he's still a big dick joke. So
That joke's
this
not very
episode,
funny,
you, what was that?
though. Not a very funny one though.
No, he is not a funny dick joke at all. We could always name this episode "Fuck Rush Limbaugh." That'll get us popular real quick.
I don't really want his name tied to anything.
I don't want his name at all
You're
anywhere near
done.
the show, to be honest. Yeah.
Let's see, we got Slantis says, never played ukulele. I heard good things about the second one though. And then they also said
Second
Rush
one?
Limbaugh, the only unfunny dick joke. So there you go. Agreed.
There you go. Second ukulele so I know they put a ukulele game on the Xbox Game Store. Is that the one that's like Donkey Kong Country? Because I was not aware otherwise that they had made a sequel. Googling. Theme 17. Oh, those are the guys that made they made Worms.
Worms.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, the sequel is the Donkey Kong Country one, I think. So if you folks have Xbox Game Pass, check out Yooka-Laylee and
Oh, is it on there?
The Impossible Lair on Xbox Game Pass.
Wow. Maybe I have to check it out. I'm one of those people that you're talking to.
Shit, you could download it and you would just be paying the shit that you are already paying.
Wow. What a deal.
Wow!
This episode sponsored by Games Pass. You can
This
download
episode's
it and you pay the shit you're already paying.
Thanks for that money, Microsoft. They totally endorse everything we have said. Are we gonna get sued? I can't tell.
Maybe.
If they come across
Joke's on
this.
them. What are they gonna get out of us?
Oh yeah, shit. I don't know. I can make them like a piece of toast if they're hungry.
Fuck. Yeah, you're fucked then. They're gonna take all your toast.
Yeah, I'm fucked. Not even that much toast. I feel bad if I have like too much of it, because then I'm like, oh, my parents. This is their food.
This is my mom's toast. Like that?
Yes, it was essentially that's like kind of the thought process that like runs
You know,
across my head.
Your mother brought you into this world, and I'm
And now
sure
I'm
she's
eating all of her toast.
I'm sure she's honored to have you eating her toast. You know, it's better than being dead in a ditch somewhere.
This is true. Again, we bring back the proverbial ditch. Hold on, I'm writing out what my fish is saying, so I can't even make jokes right now. Okay. There we go. Alright, so that's Pond Stevens.
Yes.
Now, is he at all related to Cat Stevens?
You know, no. But no. So there you go.
Well, that answers my question.
He does actually.
Was that a no but? That's like the opposite of a yes and, right?
Yeah, it just shuts things down.
Yeah. Here, let's try a yes and my way. Just ask me a
Okay.
yes and opener.
Okay. Shit. I can't even yes and your request to give you a yes and.
Ask me a
That's-
question about mermaids.
Okay. Do mermaids smell like fish?
Yes and no, you fucking lunatic.
Wait a minute.
Uh,
Now I'm confused.
Wait. I don't think it worked. Wait, hold on.
You did it wrong, I'm pretty sure.
I'm bad at this. Wait, yes and no but.
Oh yeah, the yes and no but, a classic combo.
Yeah. It's where you have a yes written on one butt cheek and no written on. I don't know what this is fucking going. Let's
We're lost.
move past this one. Yeah, we're trying to draw this goddamn drawing and it's making us lose our minds.
Is your fish more of a goldfish or a koi type thing?
I mean, judging by the size, it's almost like a marlin.
A marlin is a
I mean, no,
swordfish.
but
Your fish has no swords.
it's got a big pair of lips, though. Lips in the chat, everybody. Make sure you post
Lips
some
in
lips
the
in the chat.
chat.
Every time we mention lips, you gotta post lips in the chat. It's like a, so it's like a koi fish, but it doesn't cost a shit ton of money to get a pond made specially for it. It just eats human foods like hamburgers and hot dogs and sushi and sashimi.
Okay.
Maybe like a nice hearty broth every once in a while.
Alright.
Maybe every once in a while, it'll indulge in a pastry if its diet has been adhered to closely enough. A good Cinnabon.
So this they have self-control. This one.
This fish has a lot of self-control.
I would say that's
you'll meet
not
a lot of
how I
fish.
would describe fish. Normally.
No, fish pretty much just eat.
Sometimes certain fish, you'll kill them if you give them too much food because they'll just keep eating until they die, which
This is
I
true.
identify with in some ways.
I'm a little bit like that myself, especially if it's like an all-you-can-eat, or if it's like a wings night. Like if you're like, yeah, we'll give you like 18 wings, and it's 25 cents a wing. I'm getting like 3 orders of that, of 18 wings.
It's a lot of wings.
I need one with teriyaki, need one with buffalo, and if you got another crazy flavor of sauce, I want that one too.
But that only accounts for 3 wings. You just ordered like 60 wings.
Well, no, I mean like one order of teriyaki, like one order of 18 of the teriyaki.
I knew what you meant. I'm just.
Oh, okay. Are we yes-anding again? God damn it! I keep missing out. Jeez. Fucking up. Let's see, in the chat, we got some lips in the chat after, well, you posted some lips in the chat, and then Solantis right back with the lips in the chat. Thank you so much for providing lips for the chat. Sometimes we wonder where they went. And then he says, give me every wing, and then an emoji called Craigasm. So, wings are Craigasmic. Do you ever think about like all the things that like are just kind of willy-nilly named, like something gasm, or I don't know, there's like a lot of, so like one time I was working at the bank and like this kid was at the desk and he's like, oh man, that shit's OD, and he was saying like something was cool, and like that's not a new term. I've heard that used before, but I've always kind of been like, I don't know about that one. That one sounds kind of.
I think I'm out of touch because I don't think I've heard that.
Oh, I've heard it. I mean, it's not like the most frequent, but I've heard people like say things are like OD before, and then like he had a girl with him, and she's like, "What does that mean?" And he's like, "You know, like that's OD, like that's overdose," and then she was just like, yeah, that's.
I gotta get going now. I'm just remembering I had a thing.
Like, can we not use that phrase? And then he was kind of like, oh geez, and then they like walked away, so I didn't get to see how the rest of his night turned out. But yeah, it's like there's a lot of like, what was that?
He OD'd that night.
He OD'd, and now that we've talked about him, we're gonna get the news story about him in the news later on this week. God. Man, that's actually really dark. But anyways, it's just like there's so much slang that's sort of like based on things that are just kind of like, so we were talking about this when we were doing D&D, or we were supposed to do D&D last night, and it didn't end up working out, but we all just kind of like hung out and played Jackbox games. Mm-hmm. We were talking about the t-shirt, the wife beater, which like that's such a fucked up name for a t-shirt, and like we all just accept it. Or as a society, we were all just like, no, well, let's.
That's what it's called.
Let's call it that.
Yeah,
but it's also interesting. Sorry, you go first. What were you gonna say?
No, I was just agreeing with you. Not the best name.
Not the best
name. In fact,
name.
one of the worst names.
It's pretty bad. It's not a good. Like, there's a lot of terrible things you can name an art like that. What are worse names you can name an article of clothing? Would that be like?
We can call it like the hate crime. Like
the hate crime?
Like called like.
Oh yeah, those are my pedophile pants.
You get rid of those pants right away.
I would not buy those pants, but like that's a fucking, and like I feel like I've seen packaging with that written on it. But like it's also funny because we had that conversation last night. And then there's this Netflix show called The Fix, which is it's pretty funny. But they only ever shot one season. It came out like 2018. But it's like a bunch of comedians talking about like modern issues, and then like making jokes about them, and then like how they would solve those things.
Okay.
And like the one character, it's a real person, says on the show, you know, like they were making some joke about like. Some sort of like they're like making a special like group of people who are like in the cool club or whatever of that particular thing, and they were like, yeah, you don't get in if you call like tank tops wife beaters. But it's just funny that we were talking. That's it. We were just talking about how shitty that name is, and then I happened to see a show today. It's not a good name. It's a bad name.
I'm sure that name was not by the people who invented that.
Oh yeah.
It's a later. It's a. You know, it's a nickname, but yeah, everybody just accepted it as the name for that.
Like I remember my parents saying that, and I was just like, why did they call it that? And they were just like, oh, because like, you know, I was like, no, why? Tell me. But it's it's really fucked up.
Tell me why.
Hi, these are my DUI shoes. Oh no, this is my arson hat.
What is an arson hat? Is it a fireman's hat? Well, I guess no, that would be the opposite. That's the opposite of
It's
an
a
arson.
hat. You got a bunch of matches hidden in like the elastic band on the inside.
Okay, so it's legit. Now you're just describing. That actually is an arson's hat.
That's how you commit a crime, everybody.
That's a good nickname because you're describing a hat designed to set fires. We're talking about clothing that just has weird nicknames.
They just have like a strange
Unique
connotation
to
to it.
Yeah. Oh wow, this guy has 2 different sleeve types. River Stevens.
Yeah.
No.
It's yes and. Yes. And.
Oh, you're good at improv.
So, right? I'm so good.
Just gotta say it about
Yes
times.
and. Yes,
Yes,
it's
and
omelette
I
du
am.
fromage. Omelette du fromage. Why do we name t-shirts such terrible things, Brandon?
I don't know, because we're uncreative people as a whole.
Because we're a society that
Because we're a
is
society.
okay with domestic. Because we are a society. That's right. Sometimes we just live in a society. This fish body does not match up with this car. Like, we didn't draw the rest of the car.
Yeah, maybe if you I could scoot my stuff over or something to try.
No, let me God, I can't think of any way that would make this look not. Maybe if I put it.
Could be laying on the ground next to. There is a pond nearby. It could be laying on the ground next to the car, like by the wheel.
That's true. Maybe I'll do that.
Mercury
Let's try.
Tempest says, I'm late to the party and thoroughly confused by the image on my screen. Inspiration? So, we were coming up with fake names earlier, and one of the ones I came up with was Pond Stevens, and then...
We were making fun of Rivers Cuomo from Weezer,
Yeah.
more specifically.
Anyways, the chat wanted to see what Pond Stevens would look like, so that's who I'm drawing. And then Ian is drawing a mermaid. Reverse mermaid. Hanging
I
out.
forget why.
Hanging out with Pond. We
Yeah.
discussed mermaids earlier. That's a reason.
I guess we did. We discussed mermaids earlier.
Yeah.
That is the reason.
So there you go. You're all
I'm
caught
drawing
up
Atlantis Morissette.
now. Yeah. Welcome to the show, by the way.
Thank you so much for joining in. Much appreciated. Yeah, Pond Stevens and Atlantis Morissette.
They could start a band together.
Pond Stevens, he's got like a real 70s stuntman vibe.
Yep. And let's just go ahead and say that's canon.
Looks like the dude from the original Gone in 60 Seconds.
I haven't seen that, so I don't know, but I'll agree.
I've watched the chase scene at the end. It's like like most of the movie is like the chase scene. I've seen half of Gone in 60 Seconds, I guess.
So you've seen 30 Seconds?
I've seen 30 Seconds. We've made that joke before on this show, I think. I feel like that's been
Well,
been.
I don't have a lot of jokes, so I believe that.
Hey, how's the food tonight?
Yes, and.
Oh my. This episode has gone so well. I haven't fucked up naming like the months
Right.
at all. So
You haven't crucially embarrassed yourself yet.
no, we've just made fun of people who have changed their names, which could be for any number of reasons, and said fuck Rush Limbaugh. So honestly, I'd say the ratio's not bad.
I would like
Of-
like it to be known that I did not make fun of anybody with weird names or changing their names. I'm all for changing your name. I'm just saying if you
I'm
name
all for
yourself-
changing names. I'm okay
if
with
you
it.
name
Like, if your
yourself
fucking
something
name-
wacky, people might be like, "Hey, that's a wacky name." Not that their opinion
Yeah.
means anything to you, nor should it.
I think
But-
where it gets
Good luck.
dodgy is like, what is a wacky name? Because some people have real names that are very wacky.
True.
But only if you're like
it's all
not used to that. Like, first of all, I've seen like people recently who have been named like Adolf, but like they have like an E at the end,
no.
and I'm just like, oh, dude, like you.
So their parents
like,
are Nazis.
I advocate a name change if your name is Adolf. It's just
that person
not
has to
been
be
enough
like
time.
100, or their parents were Nazis. I think that's the only answers to that
that's
situation.
the thing. Or just blissfully unaware, I guess, of the last.
I'm not sure that'd be impressive. I don't, unless it's one of those like bomb shelter scenarios.
Yeah. Like you were in a cult that like kept you underground, and then you finally like you basically unbreakable Kimmy Schmidted yourself.
Yeah, that's
into the modern
the
world.
one. Could be.
Have you ever watched that show?
Some. I've seen a few episodes here and there.
Interviews. It's all right.
Yeah, it's all right.
I've been watching that Mr. Mayor show, which is the newer show by Tina Fey.
Oh, I'm not aware of that.
Oh yeah, it's on Hulu. They put new episodes up whenever the fuck they air.
Okay.
It's interesting because it's like a political show. It's kind of like Veep, but more closer to 30 Rock than what Veep is, which I feel like
Right.
Veep is a lot more cynical.
It is. Oh, that's like that word. If you had to describe the show in one word, cynical. But it's a great show. I love it so much.
And like Mr. Mayor is also very cynical, but there's also been like episodes where they'll end with like the characters being like, "You're my friend, and friends love each other," and I'm just like, "Aw."
There's not many heartwarming moments in Veep at all, which is almost a relief
No.
because every show. I mean, I like a show, you know, commenting on the human condition and making me feel something. That's a good thing.
Mhm.
But I also like a show that completely ignores that and just makes some like toxic like behavior nonstop through and through. It's pretty fun.
It's nice when a show is like knows their lane is being just mean spirited, and then they don't ever try and like sort of sugarcoat. Because I feel like that's also like when TV shows have like those saccharine sweet moments, it's nice. I don't mind those moments, but it's also like nice to see a show completely be like, we're not doing those. Like,
Right. Everyone on the show sucks and will continue to suck.
Yeah. We'll never stop sucking.
Yeah. Both.
Even
both
It's
can be
Always
good.
Sunny has had like one or two of those moments too. Like
Yeah.
of like Beep's over too now, right? Like they're
It is
done.
over,
They're
yep.
done doing that show. I've only ever seen the first season, but I need to watch the rest of that.
Yeah, it's a great show. We binged it. I don't know, pretty early, like during like I think the beginning of the shutdown stuff last year, and it was awesome. I loved it. Mercury Tempest says, getting some serious Tom Selleck vibes. Yeah, Pond Stevens has some Tom Selleck.
Pond Stevens, Tom Selleck. You know, what was the name of that guy that Garth Brooks pretended to be?
Oh shit, what was it? Someone in the chat has to look it up for us. I was just
See if I can
thinking
name
about
it
that
before the
recently
people-
when he came out for the inauguration. For some reason, it made me think.
Oh yeah.
I think it was alternate character.
Yeah, it
What
was
a-
like
what a wild
basically
thing to do.
Garth Brooks,
Emo Garth Brooks.
emo Garth Brooks. Yeah.
He's like,
It's
Oh.
mostly funny because he decided to put on a soul patch for that, and like also he was Garth Brooks had like this fake persona that he released like goth music under or whatever the fuck. I didn't even listen to
I
whatever.
don't think it was
his-
goth, but it was definitely. I think he was just like really worried about like fucking up the like positivity brand that is Garth Brooks. So he's like, okay, if I want to write anything creatively different, yeah, Chris Gaines, Dr. Sanchez.
Chris
said that.
Gaines, thank
like,
you.
I wasn't really like there for it when it happened, you know, but I've
Oh yeah, me neither.
heard about it quite a bit. It's hilarious to me. It's definitely a move, but I think one
The
he's
hair-
mostly made fun of for at this point. Even his fans, I don't think really ate it up. They were like, "What the fuck?"
Hold on. It's One sec. I'm gonna post a picture of
Chris Gaines.
something in the chat.
My
So here is a picture for the people in the show of Chris Gaines.
It's like you got your icon right over top of his face. There he is.
That's
Yep.
Chris Gaines. Except I'm actually fucking with everybody. That's Ben Stiller in Arrested Development.
Yeah.
This person right here is Chris Gaines.
Which is
um,
Garth Brooks in a fake.
soul patch.
It might be a real soul patch, but fake hair.
no, the soul patch. I feel like it takes about a day
Grow
and a
one
half
of those,
to grow.
yeah. Chris Gaines.
Somebody's-
I should look up a Chris Gaines song. See what that's like.
Some of these pictures of Chris Gaines are just like,
Can you remove the Chris Gaines photo?
no,
I
it's
don't want
staying
to look
there.
at it anymore. His eyes are so blue and piercing, despite his dark, you know. everything
His
else.
eyes are as pure blue as the rivers of the small town
Cuomo.
Vienna in Italy. Nah,
yeah,
it's just fucking
exactly.
hilarious.
My brother bought a house, I don't know, 2 years ago, year and a half. Yeah, 2 years ago. Probably more than that now, because I've lost all frame of time over the past year.
Oh yeah.
But, the place was kind of like in a state of disrepair, and they got it cheap, and they're fixing it up, and that's kind of the whole thing. But, in the basement, where it was kind of like really kind of undone, and a bunch of, like, stuff that they had to clean out, he found a signed photo of no, well, yeah, technically, but I'm trying to think of it. What's his fucking name? We were just said
Garth
it about the
Brooks?
time. Garth Brooks. And I forget what the message is, but it's the most Garth Brooks message ever. It's just like, never change, Garth Brooks, or something like that.
That's like with the shit you put in people's yearbooks.
So, my brother has it like on his fridge now and has for years. And it makes me laugh. I don't know why. It's just so like.
That's funny.
The most disingenuine thing is a message on a signed photo, but for some reason, because it's Garth Brooks, it just feels genuine. And it's funny.
Never change. Never have an alternate persona.
I've never met
especially
you.
if one.
But
Yeah,
don't you ever change. From what I've gathered from you in the past 30 seconds, seeing you walk up in line and now saying hi and putting my arm around you, I've realized that you have a heart of gold, and I want you to stay who you are. Don't let them change you.
Oh man, I was gonna go home and commit domestic violence while wearing a wife beater.
While
but
wearing
now
a
that
tank top and
Garth
come up
Brooks-
with a name for it.
Yeah. Now that Garth Brooks has told me not to change, that's my life from now
I
on.
felt
I'm
as
never
if that
changing.
was the wrong road to be going down, and I was gonna stop, but Garth Brooks talked me out of it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's.
Oh boy.
But
Now
the
we're
thing
just
is, at
as
the
bad
same
as the
time,
tank
though,
top people.
What would you sign on like millions of people's autographs though? Like, if I was a guy who people like wanted me to sign their shit.
Also,
first
you
of
have to
all-
imagine, it depends on your brand, but if you're Garth Brooks, what do you write? That's the better question. Because, like, obviously, if we ever got famous, it'd probably be, they would know who we are by then, to some degree.
Yeah.
You could write stupid shit, but if you're Garth Brooks, what do you write? You have to be like, Garth Brooks is like the Jay Leno of music. He's just like, no edge. I'm not like shitting on the quality of his music. I don't even remember.
How
any
much
of it.
Garth Brooks have you? Or how intimately familiar are you?
I can
with
think of
Garth
one
Brooks?
song.
I can't name anything Garth Brooks has done. I just know that he's a name that exists.
He hugged like 40 people during the inauguration. That's the only thing I know he's done lately.
Like this year?
He came out and sang something, or no, yeah, he sang
He
something.
hugged a bunch of people during
Yeah.
a pandemic.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh my god.
you know, they're having an inauguration during a pandemic, so like, it's already shouldn't be happening.
Oh, I might as well kiss these babies.
Yeah. He spit in a few of their mouths. It was really weird. But I think maybe that was maybe him as Chris Gaines. I'm not sure.
Put on a soul patch real quick. Oh my.
You shouldn't be spitting in people's mouths during a pandemic. That's what I was trying to say, but they don't listen to me.
That's what I keep saying, and then people just keep on going, and then just like, come on. I'm just like, fine, and then they just spit in the mouth, and I don't know where this joke is going. Yes, and that's the name of this episode is Yes and.
Yeah.
Or actually, Yes and No But is the name of this episode. People in the chat, tell us what the name of this horrible episode we'd like to put behind us should be called. Sound off. 1, 2, 3.
I just
Clips in the
changed it to
chat.
yes and. But
Let me
yeah.
refresh the page.
Open. Wait, yeah.
On this Adobe Photoshop commercial has to load first. That's Twitch. Live content? Put it on hold for 30 seconds. I'm not gonna miss anything.
We're getting near the end of the show right about now. Since you're doing on your Moray business eel. What does he keep in that briefcase?
He keeps business documents because you know what they say, man. Moray money.
Moray
problems.
And then you use
God, can
then
we
use...
stop this episode now?
I mean, yes, technically we can. And then there's the meme of the bad joke eel, right? Wasn't that a thing years ago?
What
Where
was
his
that?
face is like, eh? But there used to be a meme of like,
Oh shit, you're right. I know what you're
it's
talking
like
about.
an eel that's like you just told a bad joke. Mercury Tempest says, "Is that Moray Povich?"
Oh,
You are
Jesus
not the
Christ.
father.
Everyone, just give us all of your terrible Moray puns.
It's gotta be
Not that
more.
I think Moray Povich is better than anything we've said so far.
There's gotta
but
be Moray.
It's gotta be. Hold on. Now I can't think of any other Moray puns.
That's 'cause we used
Tuesdays
them
with
all.
Moray.
Well, you can't just do another one that's just.
This eel
Maury.
is dying of ALS. That's also not funny. I'm sorry.
How dare you?
We're just,
You need to do the ice bucket challenge on air immediately to right
do.
that wrong.
you know what? You know what's okay? So remember when the ice bucket challenge was going around and everyone was
recall.
putting fucking buckets of. So like, the point of the ice bucket challenge is that you are supposed to either dump the bucket of ice on your head to raise awareness, or you're supposed to like donate
Yeah.
$100 to ALS research.
Yeah.
So nobody gives a shit about me. So nobody like ever tagged me in the ice bucket challenge, or maybe people give a shit about me, so they never tagged me in the ice bucket challenge. But if I ever got tagged in that, I was just gonna do a video of me donating $100 to ALS research and be like, there, like I actually fucking helped out.
You have like the bucket of water, and you're just like, actually, set it down.
Actually,
Classic
why don't
Mr.
I give money to ALS research instead of this fucking like what was that?
Mercury Tempest says, Alanis Moray set.
Oh my god. That's the that's new. You've added that recently.
I've had it. I just haven't had a reason to use it yet.
Oh, you've been hiding. You've been holding out on me.
There's a few. There's a few in here.
There's a few you haven't shown us when we were playing Satisfactory. You haven't shown us yet.
I don't know. I don't remember what I else showed you, but I think that might have been one. There's not many that you haven't heard.
Still, Alanis Moray set is probably, or Atlantis Moray set is probably the best we're gonna get. This person may as well host the damn show for us, because that's.
Yeah, next week
I
we're
don't even know
having
if we're
a
gonna beat
guest star of Mercury Tempest, except we're not going to be here. He just has to do the show himself.
Yeah, the show's in your hands now. We have passed the torch.
He is
The
Jarl
literal
after
passing
all.
of the torch. That's right. They got voted Jarl. Oh yeah, we should tell the chat. So we started the dedicated server for Valheim, and me and Brandon here were arguing about who should be the Jarl of our Valheim server. And then, the one day, it was me, it was Mercury Tempest, and somebody else who is not in the chat, we were in the server we were just kind of showing the other person around the server, and then I realized that this was the perfect moment to pull a usurp, or to usurp. Is it a verb? I don't know how to.
I think usurp is the present and past.
We usurped.
Sounds right. Yes, and
Yeah. So what we did, and so what we did was we had a vote right then and there as to who got to be the new Jarl. So Mercury Tempest was voted Jarl of the server because obviously, well, my character fell in a well and got stuck, and so like it didn't make sense for the person who got stuck.
In our code of laws, if you fall into a well, you're no longer allowed to be Jarl.
It just makes sense to me. It just makes a lot of sense.
That should not be the person leading, unless you're trying to lead us into a well.
Little Timmy falls in wells and then gets saved by a dog. So
yeah,
if you can get saved by a dog, you shouldn't. The dog didn't even fucking fall in the well. So, Mercury Tempest got voted Jarl of the server then after that because I couldn't be Jarl, but I also didn't want Brandon to be Jarl. So these just fit my evil machinations, and yeah. I mean, I could have probably had the other person who's not on the server a whole lot be voted as Jarl, because Mercury Tempest is a totalitarian and is just really grinding us into dust.
It's true.
With all of their mean rules, and it was a mistake, but I don't regret it.
Well, the election cycle, Jarl only lasts what, 7 years, and then you switch. So pretty soon we'll vote again, and it'll be fine.
What how much damage can one do in 7 years?
Right. Exactly. Ugh. It's too real. All right.
That's too real. Anyways.
Is it time?
Well, I've drawn an eel. I've drawn Atlantis Moraset, and I've also drawn Atlantis Moraset. And then we have Pond Stevens.
Yeah.
I feel like there's not much further we can go from here.
I think we did it all. We did everything one could do. And
I feel satisfied with the amount of shit we talked about people whose situations in life we have no purview into.
I think it was a good episode. We had a lot of people in the chat. We had a lot of lips in the chat.
We had a lot of lips in the chat. Multiple occasions of lips in the chat. That's not normally what happens.
Appreciate everybody who tuned in. It's literally my favorite thing when you're all here. It makes it so much fun. Really though, we've done 60 of these episodes, and there's a lot of them where it's just me talking to you, and
yeah,
it's a lot more fun with some people joining in for the fun. So thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Do you have anything to plug, Ian?
Well, there is this thing I do every Monday around 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes.
Oh, really? That seems like a conflict of schedule.
No, we work through it because this other thing is way more important. I do it every Monday, 8 p.m. EST. It's called DrawBomb. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Sounds great.
So where these two doofuses draw and then talk about shit for 2 hours, and yeah, it's a good time. I like to think.
It sounds extremely entertaining and like a very good value. It sounds free, and my God, like why wouldn't anybody watch it? I can't imagine.
Yes, and
all right. Well,
how about you?
You stole my plug, so I got nothing.
Well, do you want to plug it again?
DrawBomb, Mondays at 8. Watch it, because we'd be thrilled as punch if you did.
Thrilled as punch. What was that?
Pleased as punch, I think is the phrase.
No.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it is. No, it's thrilled as punch. All right, let's get out of here.
Oh,
it's
boy.
all falling
Okay,
apart.
Yeah. This has been apart from the get-go. This Beanie Baby needs to be sewn back together by that guy from Toy Story 2.
I don't remember that. Is that from the deleted scenes?
No, that's like he's like the main bad guy of Toy Story 2.
He doesn't fix the toys. The old guy
He's
from
the guy-
from the chess game is the one who fixes the toys.
Oh yeah, the old guy from Woody's TV show, I guess, is the bad guy. But like the guy who like steals Woody and like
Yeah.
threads his arm back
He
together.
doesn't fix it, no. The guy who steals him is Al from Al's Toy Barn. The guy who fixes the toy is an old guy that he hires. Come on, Ian.
I don't believe you.
You know as
And
much
I'm
about
gonna
Toy Story as
choose-
you know about the months of the year.
I guess I do.
Alright, I'm playing us out.
Oh my god, please do. Ba ba boo wah boo wah ba wah ba ba boo wah boo wah ba.
Dr. Soundcheck says, love you guys. We love you too. Thanks for watching.
Ba 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 boo wah boo wah ba 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 boo wah boo wah ba ba.
Will he get it?
Ba boo wah boo wah ba ba. Ba ba boo wah boo wah ba ba. Ba ba boo wah ba 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 ba.
You were about 3 seconds too late.
God damn it.
Close. You've gotten it before. You could have just
Yeah,
dropped the mic at that point, but you're still trying, and I appreciate it.
Once is good enough. You
Yeah.
know, every once in a while I'll do it again. Like it's like when you beat Guitar Hero and then you like play it again because
It's
I
exactly
don't know, I
like
guess you
that.
want to learn how to play fake guitar better.
Right. Yeah. You know, the amount of time you take to learn how to play Guitar Hero that good, you could just actually learn guitar.
These kids could have learned real
What
guitar
the
in the
hell?
amount of time it took you to learn.
All right,
how to
thanks for
play the
watching.
fake
Bye.
guitar. Bye.